Good evening, children. So as we have completed in our last session, we have done with the topic. Which topic we have completed in the previous session, children?
Ma'am, physical and chemical changes.
So we have completed our physical and chemical changes. Along with in the last session, we have discussed few questions like exercise questions, and we have discussed many new concepts based on that. Am I right? Okay, so here we are going to learn about the language of chemistry. This is very, very interesting and very, very important in your further upcoming classes. Yes, so chemistry mainly, so for example, English. If you dealt with English, you have dealt many concepts regarding English. Okay, so especially the English, the main basics of English are nothing but the fundamental language of English is nothing but alphabets. How many alphabets are there, children?
26.
Exactly, very good. So there are 26 alphabets. Within the 26 alphabets, how they are, how the formation of two-letter words, three-letter words, four-letter words, and sentences, paragraphs, communication. So all these based upon that within that 26 alphabets. Am I right? So chemistry, chemistry, the introduction, what do you mean by chemistry, children? Chemistry is a branch of science that deals with the study of the composition of matter and the chemical changes involved in it. Understood? So this is about chemistry. In the same way, so if we go with the language of chemistry, like how we are having 26 alphabets, within the 26 alphabets, how from the starting with the two-letter words to the sentences, communication, how it developed. So in that sense, we can go with like introduction of chemistry and language of chemistry. So here, if we based on going with chemistry, chemistry has its own technical terms. Chemistry has its own technical terms. Chemical reactions are expressed in terms of chemical equations or a chemical substance expressed in symbols and formulae, which forms the language of chemistry. So, especially if we are going with the language of chemistry, we should know how the alphabets are present. At the same way, we are having 118 elements. How many elements, children? 118? 118. So within that 118 elements, there are formation of symbols, understood? So symbols of elements and compounds. Understood, children? So especially compare the English language with chemistry language. When we are comparing with English language is having 26 alphabets. Within the 26 alphabets, how we are communicating, how we are transferring our language, or sorry, knowledge, how we are understanding.
By speaking.
Here by speaking. Here chemistry also there are reactions, equations. So simply if I say that I prepared a chemical reaction in the laboratory, how can I express it? By using chemical equations. What do you mean by chemical equations? Chemical equations are nothing but by using formulae, by using formulas and formulae, we can develop a reaction or a reagent. Understood? In the same way, here we are going to deal with the language of chemistry, especially how these 118 elements are combining. How these 118 elements are combining. First of all, what are these 118 elements? What are these 118 elements?
Ma'am, are you talking?
No dear, no dear.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
So here this 118 elements, so within that 118 elements, 96 are naturally obtained under the earth crust. Okay, sorry, 96 are natural.
And the other
Sorry,
are
this is
found
90.
in the chemistry labs.
Yeah, you have seen in the chemistry lab. Okay. Yes. So we can see that this 118 elements were discovered so far. How these 118 elements are obtained? Like 92 elements are present under the earth crust in the forms of minerals and rocks. Understood? So these 118, within that 118 element, when 92 are occurred naturally and 26 are artificial or man-made, how they obtained? How they obtained? So when I want to do a chemical reaction, I do a different reagents are added in the laboratory. I'll add so that I'll get a product which I want. Understood? So, but this 26 elements, when they are doing the chemical reactions in the laboratory, the unknown elements formed. They have collected the unknown elements. They have verified the properties of the unknown elements by doing different research. Understood? And they have given these are considered as elements and they are artificial elements. So the combination of 92 elements which are obtained naturally and 26 are artificially or man-made combined to form 118 elements. Not that shortcut representation of reaction, simply we can say that the reaction which we have done in the laboratory can placed on a paper or the vision, by appearance on a paper or on any other object to show that these are the reactants are used in the laboratory. Understood? Representation. Yeah, shortcut representation is presentation by using chemical equations. Understood, Priscilla? Okay, so what do you mean by elements? So elements, it is a pure substance which cannot be broken down into two or more simpler substances by any chemical reactions or reagents. Okay, so each A to Z, each letter is considered as alphabet. Am I right? Here, 118 elements are considered as elements which are pure in nature. So if I want to break, for example, gold. You know gold very well, I think so. You know gold only well? You know, children?
Ma'am, can you repeat your question?
So you know the gold, no? Metal gold. Am I right? We use in regular ways, we'll wear.
Yes, ma'am.
So we know very well about gold element. So when we break gold element, understood children, when we break gold element, we'll get only gold atoms in it. Is there any other atoms present inside gold element?
No, ma'am.
No, that's why we consider all 118 elements, whether they are naturally obtained, whether they are artificially obtained, whatever. So each and every element considered as pure. Why? Because if we break or if we want to see that any other atoms present in it, we can't find any other atoms inside the elements. Why? Because elements considered as pure. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So if I want to take hydrogen element, so if I want to break hydrogen element to find any other element, any other atoms are present in it. Do we find any other atoms present inside the hydrogen?
No, ma'am.
No, we can't. Why? Because elements are considered as pure substances. So how many pure substances are there, children?
Ma'am, 118.
Exactly. Very good. Exactly. So 118 elements are considered as pure substances, because if you want to break each and every element, the element consists of its own atom. No other atoms are present inside it. So that's why it is considered as pure. Understood? So how many elements we are having, children? 118. So within that 118, 92 are naturally obtained under the crust, either in the form of air, even in the form of gases, mixture of gases, air, or different forms. But 26 are obtained artificially by doing different research. the scientists obtained these 26 artificial elements. Though they are artificial elements, they are pure. They considered as pure. Any doubt? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No? So children, no need to on your or unmute your audio. You can text it. You can text it.